August is finished, so I wanted to show you what I painted in my sketchbook this month. I did quite a bit of painting this month actually. I participated in a couple of art challenges which definitely helped inspire quite a few of the pages in this book, so let's get into it. So the first pages for this month, I painted this piece for the Art with Etcher challenge. They have a yearly challenge and this month's prompts were seasons. I'm not really familiar with painting beaches or oceans, so I wanted to give this a try and I'm really happy with how it turned out actually. This was watercolour and bleed proof white. I didn't use a reference photo for this and I actually don't go to the beach. Summer is my least favourite season, but I think I did a pretty good job. The next painting was for a different art challenge and I wanted to get a little bit out of my comfort zone and do something that's not really in my style. So I was going for like a soft meadow here and I used bleed proof white mixed with watercolour for the flowers. Next is a painting for another art challenge. So this is the Aloha Watercolours challenge. Keiko has a year-long challenge over on her page. This month's theme was red and the prompt for this week was Hawaiian flowers. I'm not sure how to pronounce this flower, so I'm going to put the name right over here. But I set a timer and I just did this in 15 minutes with two colours, so with green and red. The next page was also for the Etcher challenge, but I've forgotten to note it down here. But I wanted to paint a full page snowy mountain landscape. I actually really like the shadows that I got here using, I think it was cobalt blue or cerulean blue, I'm not sure. And there was a little bit of red paint transferred from this page, but that's fine. Next, I have a galaxy panel study. I love this page. I just wish that I had painted it on a page that is actually a fold-out page. So that's why it looks a little bit odd in the middle, because this is not a fold-out page. But I painted all of these galaxies using only 3 colours. So I used the primary set from Paint Wild, which are a range of homemade watercolours that I really love. So we have the 3 primary colours and then I mixed the 3 secondaries, and then I just used black and bleed proof white. I really love this spread. This is probably one of my favourite spreads of the month. Next, this is a painting that didn't work out and I redid it in the coming pages, so I'll show you the piece that I redone. This was for another art challenge and the prompt was rain, and I wanted to paint raindrops. This would have been a lot easier had I used masking fluid, but I don't own any masking fluid that doesn't rip paper whenever I use it. If you have any recommendations for masking fluid, please let me know in the comments. I would love to test something out that doesn't ruin my paper. I've also never painted rain before, raindrops or bokeh. I'm not sure how you pronounce that, but this was really fun. I'd like to have another go at this actually. Both of these paintings were for the Aloha Watercolours challenge. So this challenge was a galaxy or nebula, and this next prompt was Hawaiian bird. Again, I'm not sure how to pronounce the name of this bird, but I'll put the name right here. This was really fun. I don't love how the galaxy turned out, and I definitely have some feelings about this page, but I think it's I don't think it's too bad actually. I think I'm just being a bit hard on myself. This is the last painting for the Aloha Watercolors Challenge. So the prompt was volcano, and as soon as I read volcano, I knew that I had to paint Mordor. So we have Barad-dûr and Mount Doom here, and it's just very illustrative. I actually had a lot of fun doing this. I don't think it's this amazing piece of artwork, but I had so much fun in the 50 minutes I spent working on this one. The next piece is what I had to redo from a couple pages ago. I wasn't happy with the shape of it, so this was for the Etcher Challenge for their autumn or fall prompt. So I've painted a Japanese maple leaf, just using a reference photo of mine from Nikko in Japan from last year. Autumn is my favourite season, so I was very excited to paint this piece, and I love how it turned out. I used salt, and I just love this texture. Next, I painted both of these on the same day, and I was just having a bit of an off day and just wanted to paint something, so I started with just like a meditative exercise, just painting leaves. So one size brush, one colour. This is Undersea Green by Daniel Smith, and I just enjoyed watching the granulation and seeing how the blue and gold separate from each other. And then I just painted a quick little galaxy using some Holbein paints. I don't love how this one turned out, but I just needed to paint something that day. I just needed to not really think about what I was painting and just use this as just like a bit of a mindless exercise. This is my last Etcher Art Challenge painting for this month. So this was spring, and I wanted to paint some cherry blossoms. I've never painted like trees in a row like this, so I was just playing around with that idea. I definitely know that I need to work on this like perspective, but this was my first time painting something like this, so I'm keen to try that again and see how I go next time. Next, I wanted to do a mountain study in gouache. I love painting with gouache, but I'm not super familiar with it, so I'm definitely wanting to play around with it a lot more and test it out. So I originally wanted to do 2 different mountains, but I spent an hour on the first one and I got really frustrated that I spent so long doing it, so I set a timer for 30 minutes for the next one and just tried it again. On the next page, I have a galaxy. I love doing this kind of galaxy using these colors specifically, so using a really nice pink, like a lilac, a purple, a turquoise, Prussian blue, and Payne's grey. So I was just having fun with this one. I really enjoy painting galaxies with these colors. This was a test painting for a collection of paintings that I'm working on, so I can't show that to you right now. And this is the last spread of the month. So the first page was practicing mountains using cling wrap. So I saw Sarah Cray do this technique. There's a video on the Let's Make Art YouTube channel, so I wanted to try that out, and I used Bloodstone Genuine and Undersea Green. So this was fun. This was a technique that I've never done before. And the last painting of the month is a moon. So I used Bloodstone Genuine for this. I really enjoy painting moons, and I wanted to see what it was like with Bloodstone Genuine. I think granulating colours are really great for moon paintings. So that is it for August. I have filmed a paint with me for one of these pieces, so that will be coming out shortly. But let me know if you have any questions about any of these paintings, or if you have any suggestions for my September sketchbook pages. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.